When a girl tried to break into the Jean Grey School of Higher Learning, she became trapped in a force field that was designed to digest and destroy anyone who desperately wanted to get inside. And when she cried out for help, a mutant named Forget-Me-Not appeared and introduced himself as part of the X-Men. However, the girl didn't believe him because she already researched all the X-Men files and never found his name. And this made Forget-Me-Not explain that he had been an X-Man for 6 years, but his power made people forget about him the moment they looked away or got distracted, which the girl would later prove when she glanced aside for just a second, only to look back and instantly forget everything he said. And after introducing himself again, Forget-Me-Not removed her helmet to check if she was breathing properly, only for him to see her scarred face as she then explained that someone had done it to her as payback, and confessed that the reason she wanted to join the mutants was so people would stop seeing her as the most interesting person in the room. But because of her strong desire to enter the school, the force field grew more intense, and to distract her, Forget-Me-Not shared his tragic past and told her about the time where he longed to die in battle but never could because soldiers constantly forgot his location. But unfortunately, his story didn't distract her enough because the force field still continues to pull her in, so she begged him to tell her more about his time with the X-Men. And because of this, Forget-Me-Not revealed how the team had often won victories that seemed like dumb luck, when in reality it was his actions that saved them, but no one just noticed. And when Professor Xavier eventually discovered this, he created a mental alarm clock for himself that reminded him of Forget-Me-Not's existence once every hour. But after Xavier's death, no one remembered him anymore, and therefore leaving Forget-Me-Not feeling empty and alone. And this pushed him to seek out Mimic and Weapon Omega, with hopes that they could take away his powers forever. And when he found them, the two tried to talk sense into Forget-Me-Not's head by telling him that his ability was not the curse he believed it to be, and even if they do take his powers away, it could potentially kill him. And when Cyclops and his team of mutants suddenly arrived at the area to fight both Mimic and Omega, Forget-Me-Not managed to convince both mutants to use his powers, which caused Cyclops and his team to leave because they forgot who they were fighting against. But despite this act of heroism, Forget-Me-Not still insisted on giving up his powers until Mimic reminded him that without them, he would just be another ordinary person whom no one cared about. And that kind of loneliness might hurt even more. And this idea made Forget-Me-Not rethink about his decisions for a second, which also gave Mimic and Omega enough time to forget about him. And in the end, he eventually sacrificed himself to save the girl from the force field by switching places with her. But before completely disappearing from her memory, he proceeds to inspire the girl by saying that she was beautiful and destined to do incredible things that people would remember. And when she tried to call for help, she instantly forgot about him while Forget-Me-Not only smiled, knowing that he had done something that truly mattered.